Hi guys, welcome back to my XVS guide. Now I'm gonna review War Hero Raegen. Yes, you know that I really like him, but that's not without a reason. Okay, so let's take a look on his stats first. So if you take a look on his stats, I must say it's just what you get from recent top tier characters. And yes, I just want to talk that his stats is pretty good, but if you remember Zeno, Akstar, Esther, then I think we can appreciate those characters a little bit more because yes, compared to those characters, regen, survivability, defense, spirit, and health stats are not as good as them. So I think like I said on Zeno review video, we can kinda catch up with recent top tier damage dealer by giving them killer abilities. So enough about that, okay? Compared to Edward Elric, I must say that their stats are about the same. Edward Elric has better passives, I must say, okay? Better attack boost, better defense, and better spirit. But I think that's okay because it's only minor difference. And like you can see that War Hero Raegen has 150% true dual wield, and that's really good because that saves you one accessory slot. Okay, very nice. What I don't like from War Hero Raegen stats is he doesn't have fatal damage protection. So yes, that's kind of disappointing, but again, he doesn't have consecutive damage mechanic on his abilities. Maybe that's okay, I guess. Okay, so he also gets 50% dragon and undead killer like Odin, and I think that's all. Okay, this special thing about his passive, maybe he gets 100% LP damage boost, so that's quite nice because you will use his limit burst quite often to increase your damage modifier boost. So enough about stats, now let's take a look on his abilities. So Raegen is absolute mirror of equity chainer, of course, and for element he can imbue and imperil fire and ice elements, the most common elements on this game, I must say, but pretty decent because he can imperil 120%. Okay, and in additional to his dragon and undead killer passive, he also able to imbue himself with 100% or 150% dragon and demon killer. So yes, he gonna deals insane amount of damage against those types. Okay, very nice. But the things here is the 100% killer buffs need you to imbue yourself with elements. So let's say if the enemies resist against fire or ice element, you want to use the other one. Okay, the ones which use limit burst crystals. And for the damage, like you can see, it is pretty amazing, guys, without having any damage modifier buff. Okay, only counting from his passive right from the start, his absolute mirror of equity Octo Strike Blade already deal 54 times damage. And yes, usually that kind of number need you to use 1 or 2 damage modifier abilities, but for Raegen, he doesn't need to do that. And if you use his limit burst, finally he will get 4 times damage modifier and he can deal 70 times damage. How's that not awesome? Okay, 70 times, if I remember correctly, this is the highest chaining damage per cast I ever calculate. So yes, it reflects on his number on Furkula chart. Okay, because on Furkula he is the number 1 damage dealer at this point. Okay, and he also able to become finisher using Knight Rider's Edge, but the maximum damage is still nice, but it is worse than Octo Strike Blade. Okay, but still pretty decent, 62 times. Wow, pretty amazing. And for rotation, I think this is the best feature that he has. Like you can see, it is pretty simple. Okay, I cannot remember when the last time I find this kind of simple rotation. Okay, basically on the first turn you need to use complete awakening, and yes, this is for extend your triple cast, and after that Blade of Azure Crimson and Flaming Edge. This for imperil and imbue your element. That's it. After that, you simply use Octo Strike Blade 3 times and refresh your complete awakening when the effects are off. Really good characters. Okay, I like it. And of course, don't forget to use his limit burst to get the maximum damage. But yeah, basically Octo Strike, Octo Strike, Octo Strike. You don't need to worry about using certain ability before using something like Supreme Deva Akstar. Wow, this is really easy character, guys. Wow, amazing. And his limit burst is also amazing. It deals high damage. Remember that he gets 100% LB damage boost, and he gets 50% LB damage buff from his Trust Master ability. Okay, you can activate that using his active skill again when the duration's off. Okay, so this limit burst gonna deal about maybe about 150 times, so very decent. And this is 8 hits attack, so you need a copy to chain perfectly. Maybe it is 8 hits attack, so maybe you can chain him with normal Raegen, but really, do you still use normal Raegen at this point? I don't think so, right? For finisher rotation, you can see this Divine Determination. It uses 10 Esper Orbs. Unless you use Evoker, then you won't use that Esper Orbs. Okay, so I think that's okay if you want to make him into finisher, but again, why do you want to do that? It deals nice amount of damage, but still, his chaining moves are the best. Okay, insane characters. He also able to, let's say, break using break 60% all stats, but I don't think it will be usable for most recent trial, because like I said on previous video, 75% are the meta at this point. Okay, he also has access to full life if I'm not mistaken, so yes, he is really nice character. Enough about abilities, now let's talk about recent trial. So the first trial, Dragon of the Abyss, Shinryu, and yes, he is totally great on that trial because Fire and Ice works for that battle, and the best part is he has insane dragon killers. Wow, too bad that against Tiamat, Raegen cannot do a thing. Okay, because remember, Tiamat resists against Fire and Ice, so you need to equip other elemental weapons. But the main problem is you need to have other characters who are able to imperil Tiamat. Other than that, he's great. Against most recent trial like Scorn of Metal, Marlboro, Raegen doesn't have any advantage. Okay, too bad. And I think because he has Dragon and Undead Killer, I think those two are not that common. Okay, so Dragon, what I can remember is Tiamat and Shinryu, and for Undead, maybe Lich, but I think Lich is kinda easy at this point of the game, so yeah, I don't think he has any advantage. Okay, but still pretty good character if you can play, with his elements. Now let's talk about the partner. So like I said, that his weakness is the element, because Fire and Ice are common element, so you need to have a partner who able to imperil enemy elemental resist. You don't need to imbue, because remember, you are true dual wield characters, so yes, it is pretty easy to change your elemental attack. You can simply change your secondary weapon element, and that's it. So you need to have source for imperil, and yes, Uraisa is the best, the best buffer for Raegen, because Uraisa able to give him beast and demon killers, so it gives him strength against those enemies. And remember that Uraisa able to imperil Wind and Earth resist by 120%. It is spammable, so yes, pretty good. Okay, and for other elements, maybe Luna Freya able to imbue water and imperil the water by 120%. The water imbue may be not important, like I said, because true dual wield simply change your weapon element. Same for Aerith and Dr. Aiden. Aerith for light element, Dr. Aiden for dark element. But remember, maybe you don't have the imperil actives on all time, because like you can see that, for example, Aerith light imperil only lasts for 3 turns, but you need to wait 5 turns to be able to use it again. Okay, and basically he is also good when you pair him with absolute mirror of equity chainers. For example, Kadach also able to imperil wind, so simply equip wind elemental weapon on Raegen and they can become good partner. Okay, so that's all about good partner and recent trial. Let's talk about equipment. So you have known that on the beginning you can get additional 20% stats depends on weapon you equip, and I think the best are katana and sword, because those will give you health and spirit boost, the most important defensive stats in my opinion. Okay, so this is based on those assumptions. So equip katana, you can equip Muramasa. Okay, Muramasa also gives him human killer, pretty nice. Knight Rider's blade, this is free equipment, so make sure you get it because you also get bonus from Odin, amazing. And Supreme Sword of Light, I think this is the best word for him, okay, because it increased limit burst damage. You may say I prefer to use his STMR. You can do that, but I don't think it is needed, okay, because if you equip him with Trust Mastery Word, he already gets 175%. Okay, unless you don't want to equip his Trust Mastery Word, but it's kind of good, I must say. 60% attack boost with 25% true dual wield. I must say that 25% true dual wield may be not that useful, but if you have colorful lay, that will be good because you will get physical evasion. Maybe it can save you from some nasty attack, and because he doesn't have fatal damage protection, Lucid Lances is the best accessory for him. Okay, so enough about equipment. My conclusion for War Hero Raegen. So Raegen is simple, fast, and powerful damage dealer. That's it. I don't need to talk anything about him because he's basically just very strong DPS at this point of the game. And the best part is, the rotation. The rotation is really simple, guys. I don't want to think a lot on the battle, so this is perfect character for me. Okay, I love him. And Dragon and Undead Killer buffs are also nice because for me, I haven't defeated Shinryu and Tiamat. Okay, I wait War Hero Raegen to try to tackle on those trials, but that's only if I manage to get him. Okay, at this time I haven't pulled for him, and I suggest you to do the same. Wait until Monday to see your All Rainbows pulls. Okay, but he is totally good characters, guy. The only thing maybe which I don't like, actually it is not bad, okay, but I think his Trust Mastery Word and STMR are not worth chasing. Okay, he is not the character you want to pull for the Trust Mastery Word. Okay, so some of you kind of like to twist my statement. These two are not bad, TMR and STMR. But the point here is, I don't think you want to use your Prism Moogle or STMR Moogle for these equipments. Okay, so the sword is pretty nice. It is, if I'm not mistaken, it has the highest attack, but again, I don't think it is that worth chasing. Okay, but feel free to get if you have it, if you want. Okay, so compared to Edward Elric, I must say that Edward Elric is still my favorite characters. So if you ask me right now, what's your favorite DPS? I must say the first one is War Hero Raegen, the second is Edward Elric, the third is Xuanwu and Qinglong. Yes, you hear me right. Xuanwu and Qinglong is still even insane on today's standard because they use spirit. Okay, that will make them really tanky. Wow. But for Raegen, wow, he's also pretty good, guys. I really want to get him. And compared to Madame Edo, I don't think I need to say anything, okay? Because she is kinda dead when she arrives on the global. She's not bad character, okay? Don't get me wrong again. And I must say he is vulnerable, but still some of you say she is not vulnerable. But the point here is, yes, you can gear her to be able to survive against battle, but face the fact that her stats doesn't have spirit boost. Okay? So I think that's all you need to know about War Hero Raegen. Really awesome characters. The best DPS at this point of the game. Maybe he will be poor creep soon, but still, I think the simpleness of his rotation cannot be matched. Okay? Thank you very much for watching. Please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more Final Fantasy Brave Exvius guide. Bye bye guys!